Welcome to Verified RX, your prescription for success. Brought to you by the Vizient Center for Pharmacy Practice Excellence.
Twice a year, Vizient publishes drug price projections and key market insights to support members' strategic planning. I'm Gretchen Brummel, Pharmacy Executive Director with the Vizient Center for Pharmacy Practice Excellence, and your program host. Today, I'm joined by Carina Dolan, my colleague, who's the Editor-in-Chief of Vizient's Pharmacy Market Outlook and Senior Director of Clinical Oncology and Pharmaceutical Outcomes. Carina is here to give us a detailed view of the newest edition of the Pharmacy Market Outlook. Welcome back, Carina.
Thank you for inviting me back, Gretchen. It's great to be here.
Many of our listeners are familiar with the Pharmacy Market Outlook from your last visit. Why don't you give us a refresher?
The Pharmacy Market Outlook is a biannual report that analyzes Vizient pharmacy program participant drug spend, and it estimates an inflation based off of drug pricing behavior that is 18 months ahead of the date of publication. This document also includes subject matter expertise commentary on key therapeutic class summaries that contribute to Vizient member spend, market segment summaries, and articles featuring hot topics, trends, and challenges that affect pharmacy practice.
So really, how is this version different?
The theme of the winter 2022 edition is service line growth and expansion. So some great examples of the content that was updated is surrounding specialty pharmaceuticals and how we project on the inflation rate for those medications, as well as a recategorization of what we originally titled the immunomodulators and disease-modifying anti-rheumatic drugs, or the DMARDs, into ambulatory specialty service line highlights and immunomodulators. This section views these agents from a service line perspective of rheumatology, gastroenterology, and dermatology, and the anticipated changes for those service lines. This year, we also added the Vizient Essential Medications list to the Pharmacy Market Outlook, and that provides an estimated drug price inflation rate for those critical essential meds.
Well, that is interesting. So for the big announcement, what is the projection for this round?
The time frame of July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2023, we project that the estimated price change weighted by Vizient purchases is 3.09%. This projection estimate is a prediction of drug pricing behavior only. We are continuing to see a moderation of price increases, largely driven by a balance of the increased utilization of high-cost meds, as well as generic entrants to the market, and the additional approval and launch of biosimilar products.
So that trend is continuing. How have we done on our past projections?
With each iteration of the Pharmacy Market Outlook, we report on the accuracy of previously published Pharmacy Market Outlooks. We do this by assessing the variance in previous Outlook projections with the actual rate of drug price inflation. And since the projections are 18 months ahead of the publication date, we have to wait for those time periods to close prior to being able to make these comparisons. The most recent iteration we could validate is the January 2020 edition, which projected price changes for July 2020 through June 2021. And during this time frame, we had projected a price increase of 3.5%, and the calculated actual price inflation was 2.9% inflation. The top 5 contributors to the difference between our projected and our actual increase by total sales were Ventolin, Entyvio, Enbrel, Prevnar 13, and Ocrevus.
Well, it's good to know that the projection is so close to the actual. What are some of the ways that our frontline pharmacy staff use the Pharmacy Market Outlook in their daily work?
We understand that in writing the document that it may not be read by the member like a traditional book. With this document, members are able to pick up a section and get a quick understanding of the trends and challenges within their different practice areas. The report also identifies new agents coming to the market that could impact patient care and also ramifications regarding cost and reimbursement for their patients. It really can serve as a quick guide to a lot of the challenges that are currently happening inside the healthcare system today.
So a lot of flexibility there. What surprised you in this issue this year?
In this edition, we saw numerous changes in the top ranking of Vizient member spend. For the first time, remdesivir, the antiviral agent used against COVID-19, claimed the number 1 spot in Vizient member drug spend, and it's displaced the longtime first-ranked product of adalimumab or Humira, and it had held that rank since 2012. The importance of remdesivir claiming that top-ranked medication in total Vizient member spend is reflective of the current healthcare landscape. And in 2021, the COVID-19 global pandemic, it continued to wax and wane as positive cases declined during the summer months and then intensely increased due to the Delta wave during the fall months. With the recent surge across the U.S., we'll certainly keep our eye on this drug spend and report out in the next edition in July of this year.
Definitely an impactful change indicative of these times. Are there any new topics highlighted in this version?
We added the essential medications list with an estimated drug price inflation rate to the pharmacy market outlook for the first time. Our Vizient clinical team has worked to identify medications that, if not available, could provide the greatest threat to a hospital's ability to offer immediate and high-quality patient care. And since the initial publication of the essential medicines list, we have added additional filters for vulnerable patient populations such as pediatrics and patients infected with resistant organisms. The latest update includes identification of antimicrobials necessary to treat organisms that are identified by the CDC antibiotic resistant threats in the US. And our analysis showed that 16.65% of our members' purchases are for medications that are on the essential medications list, and the predicted price change is estimated to be 2.10%.
I can see that being very useful information for our members. What do we have to look forward to for the future of forecasting?
Members will see a lot of value in the continued reporting of the trends that we see as service lines, as this is more closely matching what is operationally happening in healthcare and in hospitals today. We look forward to continuing to enhance our work and to provide actionable reports for our members.
Where can our listeners go for more detailed information?
Our Vizient members can access our report online through the website at vizientinc.com/pharmacy solutions. And you will have to log into the dashboard for access. And if you are not a Vizient member, there's a public version available that you can also view on our open website.
And what else should our members be looking for?
We also have a companion report. It's called the Drug Budget Report, and our members can access it inside the Vizient Savings Actualizer Pharmacy. In this report, the member can download and export a pharmaceutical budget that self-populates with our Vizient estimated drug price inflation rate. And the report also has the availability that the member can alter that estimated drug price inflation rate if they desire to.
We'll make sure all those appropriate links are available in the resource section of this podcast episode. Carina, thank you so much for joining us today to share this early look. It's been great hearing all about it.
Thank you, Gretchen.
For our listeners, please join us for more Verified RX podcasts. Subscribe today, like us, and send us your comments. We'd love to hear from you. Verified RX is your prescription for success and is brought to you by the Vizient Center for Pharmacy Practice Excellence. I'm Gretchen Brummel. Thanks for listening.